Hello everybody, what's good YouTube? It's a girl Jackie and we are back. Well, I am back with another video. Um if you have watched my videos before, I usually do runs basically, more about just saying what's happening in my life, what I'm doing or whatever is happening daily or And the first video that I did was about a Christmas thing. That was a couple of years back ago. And as you know, my grandma died in 2013. She was like more of a mother to us, you know. The best. She was our grandma, but she was our mother. She brought us up, and my grandpa was left behind with us. So it's always us. It has always been us taking care of him. So what I'm about to say is a little bit of bad news for me and maybe for any other person out there who may be going through the same thing as I am. My grandfather um, started getting sick a couple of months ago. It was never really that bad. He started complaining of having a stomach ache and feeling so much pain. He couldn't eat, and when he eats, he would puke it all out. Maybe the only thing that would stay in the stomach is some milk or drink a little bit of porridge or yogurt, something like that. It wasn't really bad. We did not see it as a bad thing because we would take him to the hospital. Well, my mom or my aunts or whoever who is with him would take him to the hospital and he would get treated and go back home. So we did not think it was really like a huge deal. But things took a turn a couple of days ago where every time when he would eat and puke and have a really bad stomach ache. He couldn't sleep, he couldn't stand, he couldn't walk because of the stomach. When they take him to the hospital, they would just give him some medicine and he would go back. But few days ago, the doctors decided to do a scan because this issue was really getting out of hand. So apparently, my grandfather has a kind of a growth or an ulcer growth or something like that in his stomach, like a tumor, you know. Well, in my where I come from, people call it growth. In other places, they will call it a tumor. But they couldn't do any operation yet because they did not know if this tumor was cancerous or not. So they're still running more tests on the scan that they did to ascertain that if the tumor is cancerous or no. After the scan, he was taken back home. That was like a week ago. Then 3 days ago, the problems came back again. The stomachache was so bad. My aunts had to rush him back to the hospital again in the night, like in late night, in the evening. And they went to this particular hospital and he was treated. He was given some medicine and then he was taken back home. And we thought, since they didn't say anything is wrong, everything was okay. But the next day in the morning, things got out of hand again and we had to rush him back to the hospital again. Now, what happened is they took him to a different hospital from the previous one because I'm sorry, but if I'm not getting good results from one hospital, then definitely I'm changing my hospital. No matter how good everybody thinks it is, then I'm changing it, and that's what we did. So when he was taken to the other hospital, the first thing they did, he was admitted. And the second thing they did, they did a couple of tests on him, and apparently he did not have blood. Now, I do not know what blood type my grandfather is. I don't even know my own blood type. The irony. But he has 12 kids. You know, my mom, my aunts, my uncles, they all add up to 12. Which means there's a whole lot of disciples in my house to provide blood for the old man. And they went through. They did go through with it. Oh my god. And I was so happy about it because not all of them were able to, because it has to be some kind of a type of blood type that they need to be compatible with his. But around 3 to 4 people had what was needed, and they donated him blood early morning, like yesterday or the day before yesterday. That is on Today's on Monday. On Saturday, very early in the morning, on Sunday yesterday. What's that? Ooh, that's embarrassing. Sorry about that. So on Sunday morning, my mom and my aunts and a couple of other relatives went to the hospital and they had their blood tested. Some of those who were compatible donated their blood, and they started him off with at least one bag. And by the time it was in the evening and they were going back home, he was eating, he was speaking, he was moving around a little bit. He was not shaking anymore because he was really shaking, and he has lost a lot of weight. That this thing has taken a lot from him. Now, I'm not anywhere near my country. Like, I'm literally thousands of miles away from home right now. So all this is by videos and me making calls and them calling me and telling me all what is happening. And I'm really, really hoping it's true. You are in the middle of a video. Sorry about that, guys. That was my roommate. Beautiful, beautiful roommate. Yeah. So I am very hopeful, and I really, really do hope that whatever is happening with my grandpa is going to, be over soon. I'm going to keep you guys updated every time when I get the news, however he's doing. Pray for me, pray for us, pray for him. I'm sure a lot of people out there have been brought up by their grandparents, and he is literally like our dad. Most of us don't have dads. Well, the generation back then, it's like they did not care about having our fathers in the picture. So he's our dad, and we are not complaining. We have never complained. That's why we really need him to get better, because we are not ready. We are definitely not ready. So thank you guys for being with me, for listening, and for watching. Turn your notifications on, put on your bells, and subscribe to the channel for those who like being on the ranting sessions and speaking your minds out, and relaxing and releasing all the tension in your bodies. This is what we do here. That's why I don't edit the videos mostly. Well, see you again in the next video, because I'm gonna end it here now. Yeah, bye. Love you.